What's up, everybody? We are live, about to start dialing some sellers. Oh, let's go. Is it live? Word? Let's go. All right, guys, you might be in for a treat. We might, while we're dialing sellers, you guys might get to see a snake eat a live mouse. A box. We got a box somewhere. Oh, you know what? We can pull this out. All right. If you guys are just joining, we are about to call some sellers live. And Dylan, who you can see right here, is getting set up to feed the snake a live mouse. A live mouse while live dialing sellers. So get excited. All right, so just gonna tag a few people here on the IG. But if you guys are just jumping on, if you guys need help locking up deals, you need help converting cash deals to novations, whatever it is, definitely hit me up in the chat here, and we can go ahead and help you out. So let's see what happens. This will be interesting to say the least. All right, so I'm gonna call this guy back. So I'll do a couple callbacks and then a couple new dots. So we got a St. Petersburg seller. Oh, you know what? I forgot to share my computer audio. All right. So we're not going to be on a whole heck of a long time. We'll probably be on for about an hour and a half, guys. So we'll just make some dials. I'm going to follow up with this seller. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear this. If you can hear that ringing, just give me a thumbs up.
Hello.
Hello, Mark.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Chris.
it's Chris. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Oh man, just busy, man. Just, pulled left and right. Yesterday had another roof inspection being done on that house that my wife and I are closing on subject to. And then today I was, meeting with a financial planner about, maneuvering some funds around to try to get, make sure we're leveraging our assets the right way, when getting into the deal. So yeah, so a lot going on. How about you?
Well, that's pretty exciting.
Oh yeah.
You're doing the sub too. Is the seller, is he going to finance part of it for you or what?
No, actually, so this one, the sellers, they purchased a home a couple years ago. And sorry, my colleague here, we have a pet snake in the office, and
Oh my God.
she hasn't been fed in like a few months, and so my colleague just dropped a rat in her cage, and she's about to
Oh
pounce on
boy.
this thing.
Oh,
Oh,
right
there she
on.
goes. Oh, she just wrapped it up. and it's just about over.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so
well,
so crazy things going on. Um, but
yeah, that's different.
yeah, it's pretty wild. Oh man. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, so this seller, they bought the house a couple years ago and they don't really have any equity. They've already moved out of state and bought are working on buying another house. Um, they had theirs listed for, I want to say, about 100 days, and they weren't really
Yeah.
getting any traction on it.
Hmm.
And so if they the only option for them would have been to either continue waiting and keep paying their monthly mortgage until somebody comes along and buys it, or reduce price and finally get a buyer. But the challenge for them is they didn't really have any enough equity. If they reduced any further, they would have had to write a check to sell the house to pay commissions and closing
Oh,
costs and everything. So,
yeah.
so I was actually able to put together a scenario for them where we basically were able to put some money in their pocket. So the most recent listed price, they would have basically walked away with nothing. And
Hmm.
so, but in this scenario, I talked to them and figured out, okay, well, what is it that you guys are really looking for? And for them, they wanted to be able to use their VA loan again. And,
Oh,
because you get no money down, no PMI.
yeah, it's a great loan. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It can be, right? And so
Hmm.
now the challenge is now the loan on your house, is that a VA loan, conventional, FHA?
No, it's conventional. Yeah.
Conventional. Okay, so a little bit different. But so for
Hmm.
them, if you do a subject to, or if you do an assumption, and a lot of people don't know this, if like let's say somebody comes in and assumes the loan, and it's a civilian buyer, your entitlement is locked up in that deal, right?
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
with a sub two, your entitlement is still locked up, and when going from California to virtually anywhere else, you're not really going to be able to, get another home using the VA if your entitlement is locked up. So,
Right.
but there's a way, it's not really a way around it. It's just a creative strategy. So what we did was we said, okay, well, what's the purchase price of the home that you're looking to buy? And for them, it was like $400,000.
Hmm.
So essentially, what we did was we got one of my buddies who's a mortgage broker, and we crafted up getting them a 5% down conventional and said, okay, here's what we'll do. I see the value in your interest rate. I'd be willing to pay the 5% towards your next purchase, right? So basically $20,000. So I'll put $20,000 in your pocket, so that way you can bring that to the closing table on the new home. And so now
Hmm.
effectively you're getting zero down because I'm paying it, right? And then on top
Hmm.
of that, we'll help you kind of negotiate some seller concessions with the seller so that the lender can effectively wipe out the PMI. So now you're getting a conventional loan that has all the look and feel of a VA loan.
Wow,
Tracking?
that's pretty creative. Yes.
So yeah,
Wow.
so basically I'm able to get into the deal, I think all in between closing costs, their realtor commissions, and the cash that they're getting all in. It's going to be about $40,000 cash to close, and then taking over their 4.67% interest rate. And and then they get to get those funds and go buy the next house and get something similar to the VA loan that they were hoping that they could use.
Yeah. So you're not the lender in your transaction, but you're not telling the lender that you're assuming the loan, right?
Yeah, so we don't notify the lender that we're taking over making mortgage payments. Because really that's
Yeah.
effectively all we're doing is we're just making the mortgage payments on behalf of the seller. Now, the other thing that
Yeah.
the seller has to resolve for getting the new loan is the DTI, the debt to income ratio. And so
Hmm.
the mortgage lender that I work with, he's done, tons of these types of transactions and knows how to structure them. And so he was able um, to get it set up to where he could write off the the monthly debt servicing from this loan, um, so it doesn't affect their DTI on the new loan.
Oh, wow. Wow. So you guys are real creative. Have you ever had anybody involved in a sub two just quit making payments and walk away?
I personally, like our company, we've never had that type of situation come up. And we've never defaulted on a sub two loan that we've ever done. I've heard of people doing it, and that's certainly a risk to be, that you have to take into consideration. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
But I guess if there's enough money up front where he's got, skin in the game, then the odds would be less likely. That's my whole hang up,
yeah,
is that if I do that, and the buyer decides after a year or two that it's not right for him, he quits making the payments, and then I don't want to have to um, take take the house back. I don't want to have to do that.
yeah.
That would
Well,
that would be
let me
the issue.
let me paint a picture for you because, and I understand, right? Like, the goal of selling the house is to sell the house and be done with it, right? Um, and in
Yeah,
most
that's right.
transactions, yeah, and in most transactions, if it's a cash deal or if it's a, traditional finance deal, that's what happens, right? You're done with it, you move on to the next thing, right?
That's right. Yep.
Now, in this situation, so let's say we come up with an offer and let's say we decide, to structure something sub two with you and you say, you know what, I like you guys, I think you guys are straightforward, you know what you're doing, I feel safe with this, but um I'm just going to make up numbers because we haven't even gotten into numbers really quite yet. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I
just
understand.
for perspective, right? So, let's say it's $300,000 and we're like, okay, cool. We'll give you, 15 grand up front, and then we'll take over the mortgage payment. And I don't know whether there's equity in your situation, how much equity you have, or anything like that. There's a couple scenarios. So if there's virtually no equity and we're just, here's some cash up front, and then we're going to take over the mortgage payment, that's just a straight sub two. If there's some equity,
Right.
then that could be hashed out a couple different ways. We could do, depending on how much, we could pay some of that equity up front and then seller finance some of it over a period of time as well. So there's a
Yeah.
million ways to slice up the pie, and make it make sense. But let's just keep it super simple with just a straight subject to. So let's say we, gave 15 grand up front and then took over the monthly payments. The longer we're making monthly payments, the better it is for you in the event that there was a default, right? So let's say,
Yeah.
God
Hmm.
forbid, we're going to come in more than likely on this one, and I'm not the guy that decides this, but we'd look at it and say, okay, well, you converted it to a duplex. Is that its highest and best use? Are we going to need to convert it back? What kind of renovations are we going to need to do? So let's just say we come in, we pay 15 grand up front plus closing costs. So we're probably all in at like 20 grand. And then, we're making monthly payments. What's your monthly PITI?
Over there, it's well, the taxes I pay separate,
Oh, that's right. I think you
and
told me this.
the homeowners I pay separate. So just the principal payments are 1680, and then the taxes are for
Is that
like 85.
principal and interest?
No, that's just, well, yeah, principal interest. Yeah.
Okay, so PI
1680. It's about I don't know, it's a 3.75 loan. I think I'd have to look. It's a,
3.75%. Okay, so there's some value in
yeah,
that. And then
yeah. So it's,
taxes, insurance.
so the taxes are about 8,500, and the homeowner's insurance is around 5,300. So we added all that up, divided by 12, and they were making a monthly payment of about 2,850 to cover all that.
Got
Then
it.
there was equity. There's equity in it, about 110,000 equity, and they were going to put up 55 grand, and there's 110 worth of equity left there that I was going to take back and finance for them at 5 points on a 30-year interest only with a balloon in 5. That was pretty much what the deal was.
Got
And
it.
I liked
Okay.
I liked everything except the idea of doing the sub 2 where we put the deed in their name, and then
Okay.
what if they lost interest or walked away or whatever it was. That was my hang up.
I gotcha.
So I had a real good guy in Florida that he sounded like you. I mean, he's done so many subject to deals, both personally and for clients. He really helped me, and but I just walked away from it.
I
And
gotcha.
then they came back. They were going to do what do you call it? A right to a lease to
Lease to own?
a lease to own. They were going to do that, and then that kind of fell by I like that, because the house stays in my name, and they were going to do pretty much the same thing. But then they lost interest in that because that wasn't really a great deal for them. But so anyway, that's where I am. And
Okay.
talking to you, and talking to this other guy, I'm going to relook at doing these subject twos. I'm not, I'm not really, I'm not in trouble or anything with this house, with this duplex,
Hmm.
but I'd really like to wash my hands of it and move on.
Okay.
And so that's
Got it.
pretty much my story, Chris. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that makes sense. And I think you said on our first call that um, you were hoping to get around 500 is what you were wanting for the house, right?
Yeah, right around 500. These guys were going to go 510. So
Okay.
it was, it was, these guys even showed me their proof of funds, and they're in some pretty big deals.
Hmm.
And I wasn't really sure what the interest was in ours, but they sure could have done it if they'd wanted to do it,
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
the lease own anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So
And so if I'm
anyway,
hearing the numbers correctly, what they had proposed to you was, did you say 50K down?
55 down.
55 down,
This is
110 that
this,
they were going to sell or finance with you at
yeah,
5%, 30 years with a
yeah,
5-year balloon. And then they were going to
yeah.
take over the existing mortgage. And what's the current balance on the mortgage?
The current balance is 340.
340. Okay. Okay. So 340, 55, and 110. So you're all in about 505 plus they would have some closing costs. Okay. And it was just going to be interest only on the equity. And so it
Right.
sounds like the only hang up you had with that particular deal structure was
Yeah,
the
was
title
the sub two.
transferring and the sub two, right? Okay,
Yes.
got it.
But talking to you and other investors, and I've read a lot on the internet about it. I mean, there's a lot of people doing these subject twos. There's no getting around it.
Yeah,
And I think as the market gets tougher, that number will go up. I think more people will be doing it because it's a much easier, quicker, and way to do it.
yeah,
I'd have
and
to I'd
there's
have to have a mortgage an escrow company handle the payments, and I think I could do it.
got it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the way we typically handle it, because what most people are concerned about is like, okay, well, what are you doing? You mailing me a check every month, or what does that look like? So the way we structure them is we set up a third party servicing company. So if we
Yeah.
were going to close on it sub two, and I don't know if that's the best answer for this scenario, it might make sense,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what a cash offer came back at with us. You might say, hey, you know what, to eliminate the headache, I'd rather take the cash offer. Maybe it's not quite as much as I was hoping for cash, but
Yeah.
less of a headache, less of a hassle, and it's easy and straightforward. And maybe I'll just
Yeah.
go with that. But if
Yeah.
not, and we were to do a sub two, we would probably keep it as a rental. Um, or what our company specializes in is uh, affordable housing for people that are trying to make the switch into being able to afford a home and qualify for a home. So
Mm-hmm.
we would typically take
Yeah.
something like this, and if we don't keep it as a rental, we would do it and sell it to a buyer on like a rent to own type of scenario where we technically own it, and it's basically called our home ownership pathway program, or HOP for
Uh-huh.
short, where
Yeah.
basically we do a lease option with them where they're making monthly payments. They give us like a small down payment or something like that. And then, they're building their credit, and we're reporting their payments to the credit bureaus to help, while they're trying to establish their credit. And then at the end of 24 months or 36 months, then they have the option to buy it out at a predetermined price that we discussed with them, and they refinance it out at that point. So that's something we do
Yeah.
from time to time as well. But ultimately, that doesn't really necessarily matter for you because we're the ones that are on the hook with you with it. And so what we do is we set up a third party servicing company. That third party servicing company would get instructions from us that would effectively say, okay, the principal and interest payment goes to whoever the mortgage company is. We'll just call it Mr. Cooper for
Uh-huh.
now. Um,
Yeah.
Goes to Mr. Cooper. The taxes, we can have the third party servicing company escrow that in, and then take the taxes and insurance and pay those out to the specific entities. And then whatever the
Mm-hmm.
seller finance amount payment is each month, they would have instructions to make that payment to you each month. And there would be an online portal where you can see those payments and see that history, and they'll calculate the interest or whatever it is. If we have a property management company managing the property, they'll disperse funds to them. And then anything that's left over after all that, then they would disperse to us, and that would be our monthly cash flow on the rental, or whatever the exit strategy is that we're using.
Yeah.
So, and then that way you have a third party entity that it's their sole job to just track the payments and make sure that everybody involved is being paid. And it's being handled on a monthly basis, regularly.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you a little bit more security there, knowing that like, okay, you can see it. It's not just somebody writing a check and, hopefully they mailed it to the right address type of situation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as, so let's say, for example, we were to do something like this, and then, you know, 18 months goes by, and all of a sudden, we get abducted by aliens and we're just not even on the planet to make payments anymore, right? So in a scenario
Mm-hmm.
where let's just use this example. We put 50 grand up front, maybe we did some remodeling to the property, spent another 15, 20 grand or something like that. We made
Yeah.
monthly payments to the mortgage, monthly payments to your equity over the next 18 months. And then all of a sudden we disappear. That's actually like one of the best things that could happen to you in this type of transaction,
Yeah,
right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Because now you got the benefit of the cash up front, you got the benefit
Yeah.
of the
Hmm.
principal pay down, you got the benefit of the equity interest only payments, and you get the benefit of getting the house back. And historically, I mean, real estate has always gone up, other than very short periods of time where it goes down a little bit, but for the most part it pretty much always goes up over time. And if you just looked at a historical 3 to 4% average appreciation, it's going to be worth a little bit more at that time. And so then you could sell it for full value and still have pocketed all those funds. And if we put money into the property to update it, then it's improved since you sold it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So now,
Well,
that doesn't mean we want you sitting there on the sidelines praying like, dear God, I hope they default. I hope they default. I hope they default.
oh
So,
no. Oh yeah, no. No. No.
so,
So, well,
um,
I think I'm gonna take another look at that and see, what I can do as far as moving on with that. Do you guys have a Facebook group I'm looking at, right? Lazarus Property Group, right?
Lazarus Property Group. Yeah, there should just be a Facebook business profile page.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
you on the beach, man? With two little kids?
No, that would not be me.
Oh.
Let's see. I mean, Lazarus Property Group is not necessary. I mean, there's other Lazarus. Uh, I've heard of other companies, Lazarus. Um,
Mhm.
let me see here. You're just searching it on
No, I'm
Facebook.
just checking. What's your last name?
My last name is Deal, like let's make a deal.
Oh, yeah. Tony Barrera, Chris Steele,
Yep.
Andrew Castine, Bradley Garcia, Cody Nielsen. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is your group right here.
Yep. Yeah. So, but we haven't,
Huh.
one thing we haven't really done is go through the process of, just getting all the details on the property to see like what a cash shot, like one, if it even qualifies for an offer from us. And then two, if,
Yeah.
oh, actually, you know what? I know who that picture is. That's my, one of the, owners, and his wife and kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So you guys are located in Cerritos or where?
San Diego.
Oh, San Diego. Okay. Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. So,
yeah. I love San Diego.
oh, it's great. I mean, it's definitely changing
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Oh,
Where are you
yeah.
at?
I'm up here in Sacramento.
Oh, okay. All right. Nice.
Yeah, right outside Sacramento.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Well,
anyway, once you take a look at it more, you got some homework to do on the house.
yeah. So
If you have any questions, just call me.
yeah,
And
actually,
I'll
I do
answer
have some
as
other
I can.
questions for you,
Okay.
about the property itself. Is it just yourself on the title, or is there anybody else on title that would need to be involved?
Just me.
Okay, just you. And you said you were like in a perfect world, if it was just a cash scenario, you were hoping to get, close to 500.
Yeah, as close as you can get.
Okay. All right. Got it. And perfect. So yeah, so we'll see what we can come up with. As
Yep.
far as like the condition, I did have some questions about the condition. I know that you did a roof a few years ago, about 7 or 8 years ago. You got HVACs for both units. Are they on are they separately metered?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, okay, got it. So you had to have
So,
the
but I bought this place out of foreclosure, and I had a deal with another investor, and he just anyway ended up not. Anyway,
yeah, you were mentioning that.
Yeah, and I paid his he had a couple liens and back taxes, and I paid all that stuff off. One of them was the roofer, and I guess they had just had it done. And so the roof is, I would guess it's 6 or 7 years old. It's, still in good shape. And the HVAC's the same thing.
Okay.
And I operated the Airbnb for almost 5 years, and it did really well. And then we got ordered to shut down, so we made it into a duplex.
Got it.
It was convert, and all we did was stop up the hallway with a closet, and we found where I think it used to be a duplex because of the 2 accounts and all that stuff, and the floor plan. It's just it used to be 2 separate living spaces, and we converted it. We have it rented right now for a little over $4,000 a month.
Got it.
So,
Okay. All right. So about $4,000 a month, and those are longer term leases, right? So not until next year they're up.
yeah, those are 1-year leases. They just moved this their first month.
Okay. Got it. And are they like families or just, some young professionals or what's?
Okay, the 2 guys in the B unit, the back unit, which is a 2 and 2, and they're each about 1,000 square feet. Those are 2 young guys, and I guess they're going to college somewhere around there. And then the front unit, which is a 3 and 1, you could really stretch it and make it a 4 and 1, but it's 3 and 1, and they're a family from Afghanistan. And the property manager says they're really nice people.
Got it. Okay. You have a property management. Okay. What are you paying the property management company? 10%?
10%, yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty standard. Okay. As far as like have you ever been to the house?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we have a place in Naples that we love, and I'd like to move there. And we used to have a place in Tarpon Springs, and we were told to shut that down as well. I bought that out of foreclosure from the same guy. It was a great place. I don't know if you've ever been to Tarpon Springs, but
I have not.
Anyway, I hated to sell that, but then we sold that and got the condo in Naples that we love. And we want to go live there.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
we were just talking to another seller yesterday about a property they're trying to sell in Naples. Man, the Florida market is really rough right now. Like it is basically just completely stalled out. Nothing is selling. I mean, I've got the people I was just talking to yesterday, they have been on the market for about 100 days and have not been able to sell. And it's very kind of befuddling because a neighbor that has one less bedroom, similar square footage, sold literally yesterday, closed yesterday, for about $5,000 to $8,000 more than what they have theirs listed for. So, and it's pretty renovated. So I don't know. But Florida all over the place, man. There's just so many active properties on the market, and it's just kind of stalled out. So,
Money market.
yeah, we'll see what happens. But okay. So when you bought this, like what? I'm guessing that the deal is what really attracted you to this house, less about the, neighborhood or anything like that. Am I wrong about that?
Right. Nope.
Okay, got it. And do you know if the neighborhood is primarily like owner occupants or is it mostly rentals?
It's an older neighborhood, and I would say there's a good mix of, I mean, I bet it's about even. I really don't know, to be honest with you, but I would bet it's about even.
Okay, all right.
The guy next to us owns it, and owns his property. The guy across, we just met a couple neighbors, and they're owners. And it's an older neighborhood, and but the people are great.
Nice.
Most the ones we met are very nice. So.
Okay. All right. And like outside the house, aside from, lines that just go directly to feed the house, are there any like power lines, in the front, back, or, along the side of the house?
Okay, the front and either side, no. Um, wow, that's a good. I'd have to. I really can't give you an accurate answer.
Okay.
Yeah, there might be.
Okay.
I
Not a
have to look
big
my
deal.
wife.
It's something we always ask just because if we're going to sell a property, we got to take some of that into consideration. Some
Mm-hmm.
families with small kids don't want to be raising them under the power lines, you know what I mean? Um, so okay. And then anything wrong with the structure of the house?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. And is there anything else out back of the house that we can't see, like a pool, shed, barns, any other fixtures or structures?
No, there was a shed that I had removed,
Okay.
and it's uh, I guess a gravel parking area for tenants,
Oh, okay.
and they can eat. There are two doors, so one to the utility room from the back, and then one to a bedroom actually from the parking area. Or they walk around to the midway point and hang a left, and the front door to the back unit is right there.
Got it. Okay. All right. So there is parking. So there's I guess, is that a driveway or is that a street out back? Like an alleyway?
It's it's an alleyway.
Okay. Got it. Perfect. Is that the only available parking other than street parking out front?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, there's plenty of parking in the back.
Yeah.
You can probably get 4 or 5 cars there.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Um, all right. What about I want to kind of like walk into the inside of the house and kind of get a feel for, what I'd be looking at. So, let's start with unit A. So we walk in the front of the house. I know it looks like it was built in
19.
1940. Holy smokes. Okay. Probably doesn't look like 1940 when you walk in, huh?
Oh, yeah, no. But you walk into the front room, and to your left, you have 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. And then to the right, if you go all the way straight, there's like a little den, and we have one of those barn door closures on it. And someone could put a bed in there or some kind of trundle if they wanted to. Maggie, sorry,
No worries.
come here. And then if you walk around and take a left, there's an eating area. Then the kitchen is right there on your left, and you can walk through a door to another bedroom.
Okay.
It used to be a dining area. We put a closet in, and we made it a bedroom. So that would be the third bedroom.
Got it. Okay. All
But
right.
there's only one bathroom in front.
Oh, okay. Got it. And sorry, you said when you've got the two beds to the left and the one bathroom to the left, and then to the right, you go back before you get to the kitchen and the eating area. What did you say that other room was?
Well, you just walk straight, and the barn door uh, opens up to I what'd you say? Yeah, double barn door. You open up, and there's like a den there
Oh,
that you
okay.
could
Got it.
an office or make it a fourth bedroom, I guess, if you wanted.
Got it. Okay. And then you have the kitchen off to the side, and then the eating area, and then another bedroom is past the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Got it. Okay. So it's just a 3-1 in unit A. And then okay. Um,
Unit-
sorry, what was that?
No, I'm just going to say Unit 2 or Unit B is just about the same square footage. You walk into the living room, and right to your left is going to be a kitchen area with an eating area. And if you walk straight back, you walk into one bedroom and and you walk by a bathroom. And then when you walk in, if you look to the right and walk over that way, there's a hallway, and you'll take a left and go by a bathroom, and then further on is a bedroom.
Got it. Okay. All right. And then as far as the flooring is concerned, is the flooring, like, what are the floors like?
You know, the floors are, I mean, they're okay. They're nothing fancy. It's not old, but I don't know how to describe it. It's luxury laminate.
Oh, like LVP, luxury vinyl plank?
Yeah, luxury
Vinyl plank.
Is it vinyl plank? What would you call that? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The front end has real hard wood.
The front unit has hardwood?
40 from 1940. Yes. Hello.
Oh, wow. Okay. How you doing? My name's Chris, by the way.
Hi, I'm Anna Marie.
Anna Marie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Sometimes my hubby doesn't describe things as well.
Oh, come on, baby.
Oh, it's okay. You sound like my wife. You know, me and him will talk. We can talk the deal side of things, the numbers side of things, and she's like,
Yeah.
she'll start telling me about all the different little details and the handles on cabinets and all that jazz. So I totally get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just have to be going one way and then
She's just walking by. Yeah.
No worries.
for now.
Oh, no worries. No worries. Pleasure chatting with you. All right. So, okay. So hardwood in the front unit, LVP in the back unit. What about, is there anything that you added to the home that needed to be permitted but wasn't permitted?
We did some electrical work that we permitted, and we added the whole kitchen without a permit.
Okay. Like added the second kitchen for the second unit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got
the
it.
one back.
Okay.
Yep.
So added the second unit's kitchen without
The kitchen before.
permits.
Yeah, I told him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know, was that done by like a licensed, bonded, and insured contractor or?
Yeah, no, it was.
Okay. All right. So more than likely it was done up to code.
Oh yeah.
I hope so, yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Have to ask just because when, they consider renovation costs, I mean, we had a deal where literally it was like, oh, this is unpermitted. Like in Pennsylvania, where my parents are from, if something's unpermitted, it doesn't matter. They won't even look at it. It's like, nope, tear it down. It's like, wait, what? Fortunately, in California, you can usually, it's like, no, just inspect it. And as long as it meets code, then they'll pass it. But every place is different. Okay. And so how long ago was that kitchen put in?
4 months ago.
Oh, okay. So yeah. Okay. So all that's brand new. Okay. Stainless steel appliances.
Yep.
Okay. Is that both units?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And what about the counters? Do you know what the counters are made of?
We've got, I think granite. Hey, babe. Granite counters. We have granite counters in there, don't we?
In the front unit, yes. In the back unit, no.
What's in the back unit? What did we put in there?
It's not granite.
It's not granite. Okay. Granite in the front.
Okay, got it. Do you know if it's Formica in the back or if it's like some sort of composite?
Probably something like that. Yeah.
Okay, Got it.
It looks like marble.
Looks good.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like granite. I mean,
Yeah.
and it was a lot less expensive than to put
Yeah.
granite in.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Plus the fact that we would have had to wait on getting the countertops done until the cabinets got installed, and that was going to cause a problem. Where with getting the Formica, it was a much shorter process.
I gotcha. Okay.
They didn't have to fabricate it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So is it this one where, so I'm looking at pictures on Zillow. So it's a white cabinets with like kind of like the gray marbly looking counter. Is that the back unit?
No, that'd be the front unit.
Oh, that's the front
Let
unit.
me see
Okay.
what you're. Yeah.
I don't know if there's pictures of the
Well,
back.
a white cabinet and a white Formica countertop in the back that has like a vein look in it, a gray vein.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's pictures of the back unit kitchen on
Yeah, that makes sense because we just did it.
got
We
it.
just changed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so and then looks like the bathrooms have been updated. Do you know when you guys updated those bathrooms?
Those bathrooms were like that when we bought it,
They've just been updated.
but they've just been
Oh, okay.
updated.
When did you buy again?
When did we buy that, babe?
Like 5 or 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was it 19 or was it 20?
I think it was 19.
The end
Okay.
of I know it was December
I think.
of 19. Yeah.
But it was in the process of getting ready to be flipped.
Got it.
So they got the kitchen done, they got the bathrooms in the back done, and pseudo in the front unit done.
And the roof and the excuse me, the ACs.
The 2 AC units, the roof.
Yeah.
Did you tell them about the laundry room and the storage room?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
No.
Let's see. Trying to think what else. So it was almost ready,
Mhm.
and then they couldn't finish paying. So we came in and took it out of foreclosure because we had invested in the flip.
Yeah.
Wow, so those are not bad pictures. Those are pretty good pictures in Zillow. I just pulled them up.
Yeah.
Let me see.
See? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's on a slab, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No.
the front is not. There's a foundation.
Got it. So you have like a crawl space or a
So
basement?
if you look at Zillow, I don't think you're seeing like the double barn doors we put in because we wanted to make that room available as a bedroom or an office.
Yeah, but
Okay.
these pictures are way before we did the duplex.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the water heater we just replaced. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got
And
it.
when it was, there's 2 physical addresses with 2 separate utility bills and 2 separate electric bills.
Nice. What's the other
And
address? It's 3601 and what's the other?
And a half.
Oh, and a half.
3601
Okay.
and a half.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not only is there a front door access to the back unit, but there's also a back entrance to one of the bedrooms. So if somebody just wanted to come in and, go in that way, they could. And then there's a laundry room next door to that
Mm-hmm.
and a storage room, which connect to that back unit. And the front renters have a key to the laundry room, not the storage room.
Got it.
So
Okay.
they can access it from the outside. It's a big, huge parking area in the back, off the alleyway.
So these are pictures of the storage room right there where the
Water heater.
water heater goes.
Yeah.
What's this? That's the storage room right there, isn't it? Yeah, that's the
No, that's the
laundry room right there.
Yeah, washer dryer room.
This?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
that's
washer
for
hub?
yeah, that's right. Okay.
Or maybe that is.
No, yeah, it's kind of hard to.
No, that looks like this.
Yeah, and the one picture on the bottom there is the side of the house.
Back. No?
Got it. With the little
no,
brick pathway.
Oh no, that's the back of the house.
That's the side, and
No,
that's the front unit, and that's the back. You can get into that back bedroom too through that door.
Right. Okay, that's the back of the house.
Got it. Okay.
It's hard to get it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I look at houses all day, and sometimes it's like I can't follow the floor plan. Sometimes it can be difficult.
Right.
So I get it. Okay. Well, this is all really, really good stuff. Let's see. If you guys were gonna keep it, and let's say you won a sweepstakes, right? And they were like, "Hey, you guys won, $30,000. There's only one catch. You have to put it into the property, in this property specifically. What would you spend that money on?"
No, that's a good question.
That's a good question. Well,
There's not a whole lot left that we have to do.
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe,
Looking at the pictures, it looks. It's a nice place.
Maybe a little paint here and there.
Yeah, I mean,
the outside.
Maybe
the
some
outside,
landscaping.
Maybe some landscaping.
I mean, and that doesn't show.
But
really.
this is we've had these bushes trimmed back here, so this is an older picture. So the vegetation, we took it all off the roof. Remember the trees?
Oh, yeah, we cut the trees. They're gone.
Taken off, yeah.
I mean, the trees are still there, but all the hanging over the roof for insurance purposes.
Yeah. I don't know, Chris, is this too much info for you?
No, this is great. And honestly, the more info, the better. It just really helps us dial in and, make sure we're putting together, a right offer if we can get the property approved. So, anything that I haven't asked you that if you were a buyer, you would want to know, good, bad, indifferent?
Well, right now I'm looking at the street view of the house. Mm-hmm. And so you should go on there and look at the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it's an older neighborhood, but
most of the houses are very well maintained, and it's being gentrified.
Yeah.
People.
There's a lot of remodeling going on and
updating, and there's a lot of older people that live in the area. And
what percentage would you say are owners that are living in that? Remember we met this guy right here in this house. Oops.
Is that our next door neighbor?
No, that's the guy across the street.
Oh yeah, he's probably in his late 80s.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Yeah, very nice. But the people next door to us have really done a lot with their place. It's beautiful.
You're talking about the one to the left of your house?
To the right.
Looking from the street.
Got it. So
they've got a backyard that looks like a Japanese tea garden with swimming pool and.
Oh, okay, got it. The one on the other side of the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they've got all this nice palm foliage and bamboo, and it just looks really nice.
Nice.
I think it's a gay couple, and they take impeccable care of their property.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
And then on the other side, I don't think we've ever seen them.
I've never even seen those people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so you can kind of scroll around and see all the places.
The alleyway is also a huge plus way, because you can drive down the alley and park. There's a ton of parking in the back, and if somebody really wanted to, they could put out some little patio furniture on the side, each side, and have their own little backyard and put up some
that would be something for that $30,000. I'd fix up the parking area in the back, and then maybe even put a little fenced area so people could have, if they want pets or whatever it is.
We don't want
Yeah.
that.
We don't, I mean, it might be nice. Sometimes people like their privacy to
You can't leave
enter.
pets outside anyway.
That's true.
I see what you're saying. I think I'm out in the back
Yeah.
alleyway. And so if I'm looking straight from out behind the house, you've got like this little black brick that runs along the side of the house. And then there's like a small little concrete pad on the left, but there's two doors directly on the back of the house. And then there's like an awning
Right.
area, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a carport kind of
It
thing.
used to be, yeah,
Carport.
it still is a carport, I guess, yeah.
Got
And
it.
then the first door goes into a bedroom. If you're looking at it from the alley side, the first door on the right, and
It's
the
a bedroom, yeah.
bedroom. Did I say that?
Yeah.
And then the left door is the laundry room.
Got it.
And it has access to, because there's also a pathway on the other side of the house for the owners or renters of that side to walk down and do their laundry. The good part about the back unit is that it's also connected to a storage room from the hallway next to the kitchen, and that storage room connects to the laundry room, so they don't have to go outside
Oh,
to
nice.
bring their laundry in or out. And the other nice part about that back unit is that the bedrooms are completely on the other side of the house from each other.
Hmm.
So they get privacy and their own bathrooms, and the living room and kitchen divide where those bedrooms are by two hallways that extend off of them.
Got
Have
it.
you
Okay.
thought about a career in sales?
No, this is perfect. It's all really, really good info. All right. So I think I got most of this stuff. Now, if we can get the offer approved, if they are interested in moving forward with something, typically we close within 30 to 60 days. Is that something that would work for your guys' time frame?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, perfect. You guys don't have any like belongings there or anything that you would be leaving behind, right?
Nope,
Okay.
we don't.
Okay.
We're
Got it.
gonna be out there in October.
Okay.
Mid-October.
But the units, well, the front unit was semi-furnished.
Yeah, for those people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we don't care about the
yeah,
furniture.
we don't care. It was
Oh,
all
okay.
Airbnb stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Got it. And what was the reason why they shut it down?
Well, the city code is what really got us, but there's a gal running around, blowing the whistle on people that are doing Airbnbs because the city, they've outlawed Airbnbs like a lot of municipalities have done.
Yeah.
And
Day rentals more.
actually, unless it's 30 days or more, and we knew that going in. That's the same thing that happened in Tarpon Springs. And so they said no more, and we said okay, and we got a duplex now.
Got it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You guys hadn't thought about doing any type of like midterm rentals?
I thought a lot about that with the traveling nurses
Yep.
and stuff like that, and I just haven't. I guess no, I haven't looked into it. To answer your
We
question,
looked a little.
sure, we looked a little bit, but we probably should have looked more. But anyway, it's a moot point now that we have two tenants in there. But that would have been probably a.
But I can tell you another thing.
Yeah.
That place could be turned right back into a single-family home in a half a day.
Yeah.
All they have to do is tear out the wall, or not even that. They could just put a door.
The closet. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a closet added, and that separated, but it was such an odd floor plan to begin with, because we know it had to be a duplex to begin with.
Hmm.
I mean, even the kitchen was everything was there
Yeah.
to make it a kitchen again, basically.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, everything that you guys have been giving me, I've been putting straight into our system, and basically what happens is that goes back to our underwriters. They would be pulling a report, and it's telling them exactly everything that they really need to know about the property and figure out, what makes sense. Let me do this. I'm going to put you guys on a brief hold. I'm going to run back to them, see what they've come up with, and then I'll be right back.
All right.
All right. Now, unfortunately, we don't have
Yep.
any cool like hold music or anything, so it'll just be sitting in silence. But I'll be back shortly.
That's okay. My
You-
wife, she'll sing to me.
yeah. You guys will keep each other company. All right. I'll be right back.
All right. All right. Thanks.
Oh, you baby. Do that.
It's almost time for our wine, you know?
Ooh, ouch.
Hey, stay here. Where you go?
I'm just gonna go put something else on the top of my car so we don't forget it.
Up here. Oh, okay.
Ears. Miss Ears. You could get me a chair if you want me to sit in there. Oh, you have your feet up on the desk and are relaxing. You didn't find Social Security files?
What?
In your taxes, your Social Security statements?
Oh, no. That's not going to be a problem.
Huh?
That's not going to be.
Find it.
Yeah. When I look at pictures,
So what's he gonna do?
I don't know. He got this company, and I don't know what he's doing. I'm gonna call Jack tomorrow. I've been kind of just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
let them go, and
You solid at these numbers?
Yeah, that's why I popped on, just to tell you the underwriting that I did yesterday for this deal. Is what we closed with yesterday, actually.
Do you use any of these things down here?
what's
I
that?
think it'd be
Um,
pretty good if we're able to do that.
No. Why?
Come on, stop tossing.
Huh?
Okay.
Well, don't toss them yet.
That's you, dude. Undercover rookie of real estate.
That's funny.
I have to ask my boss.
Okay, well, I'm gonna come in at like a four 55.
Bro, yeah, get it done, and then we'll battle it out because you have to ask your boss, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All
By
right,
the
I'll be
way,
right
hi
back.
everybody tuning in.
I wonder how Paul made out.
Oh, man. Isn't that funny? You get wrapped up into your own shit,
I'm gonna get my phone.
and somebody is going through something like that.
All right, Mark, you
Huh?
there?
Yeah.
All right, so sorry about that. I don't actually have good or bad news for you quite yet. There was just a couple other things that they had mentioned I missed here. The windows, how old are the windows?
I don't know.
Okay. They're probably replaced before you guys got into the deal.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Oh, they actually looking at the pictures, looks like they're vinyl for sure. Okay. Are there any other liens on the property that we should be aware of other than the mortgage?
No.
Okay. All right, got it. And foundation, I think I started asking you about this. Are there any, I know you said the front has a foundation, maybe the back is on a slab. Do you know, are there any cracks
Yeah.
or anything?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right, got
I
it.
mean, yeah. I would think it'd be pretty common to have some cracks, but I've never had any kind of a problem.
Inspected a year ago, and it was not mentioned in the
Yeah.
inspection.
Got it. Okay. All right, perfect. And okay. And so if we can get an offer approved for the property today, do you mind if I tell you real quick just how the process works with us?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, and for the most part, they'll probably just be coming back with a cash offer. They might put together a sub two scenario, but once the offer is approved and an offer is accepted, if it's a cash deal, we sign a basic agreement. It's written in third grade English, not to insult anybody's intelligence, but it's just super straightforward and easy to understand. After
Uh-huh.
that, within 24 to 48 hours, you'll get a welcome call from one of the transaction coordinators. And what they're going to do is they're going to line up for us to get out there and get our photos of the property. So we can do, so we'll just have to coordinate with the tenants, and usually it's easy if we just, if you guys just pass along the tenant's contact info, we can just schedule time to get out there and do photos. If you're worried about unsettling tenants, it's fine. We've done it dozens and dozens of times. And so usually
I'll
what we'll
bet.
do is we'll just say, oh yeah, we're coming in to do, inspections for potential repairs and things like that.
Sure.
The title company will just make sure there's a clear title for closing. We might schedule do a couple different walkthroughs for, different inspections we might want to have done. And then we head to the closing table so you can get paid. And it really is that simple. All right.
Okay.
The last thing they wanted me to ask you is if we can get to a number that makes sense for both of us, would you guys be ready to move forward with a purchase agreement today?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, if it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run back there. I'm gonna put you on hold again. I'll be right back. I'll see what they've come up with. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. Not gonna pay. Good deal. What's the least you'd take for it?
Gotta get some money out of it.
Well, $490 was $150.
This is why we mute.
You know that's right.
Well, I'm just not talking about my debts. I'm just.
Should it be have enough, get enough to cover everything? What's the point?
Well, I mean, like right now, when we have
Is there a max?
tenants in there, oh,
Is there a max you have to have on this refinance deal in Ohio? Is there a max loan number?
no,
I mean, a minimum loan number. Can you,
oh,
but can you do 50 instead of 80?
no,
Huh?
not now. I mean, unless we cancel the whole thing, and then, because I'm not real optimistic. But,
Well, I mean, no matter what he comes back with,
yeah,
we're gonna not tell him yes right away.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. I got shit on my shoes. I didn't realize.
Oop.
Mm, yeah,
I'm gonna A Mark. Get rid of him.
I know.
Yes.
All right, Mark, you there?
Wait, he had to run out to the garage for a quick sec. 1 sec.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. No worries.
All right, here he comes. Chris is back, Big.
What?
Chris is back.
Oh, okay. Hey.
How's it going? All right. Sorry about that, man. I feel like
Good.
I feel like the mouse back there, dealing with those snakes, just like
I know.
It's like buying a car used to be.
Hopefully it doesn't make you feel that dirty.
Yeah, no.
No, those guys, all they do is just stare at computer screens and spreadsheets all day. And,
Yeah.
have you ever seen the movie
We
Office
know.
Space? I'm like the guy who's like, you can't have the customers talk to the engineers.
Right.
Yeah.
But congratulations. The property was approved to be purchased. So this is actually the first one that they've approved for me to purchase in Florida this whole month so far. So, I mean, I know we're only 10 days in, but with the slowdown in Florida, they're not really approving a whole lot. So let me just explain exactly what it is that they've approved. So the offer was approved to buy the property in its as-is condition. They approved the closing to be no later than 60 days. Okay. No
Mm-hmm.
commissions would be taken out. All the closing costs would be covered by us. And so we're not like BlackRock or anything. We don't have an infinite amount of funds. So, contrary to popular belief. So anytime they approve a property to be purchased, they set aside those funds into a virtual withdrawal account. So if you have a pen and a piece of paper, I'm going to give you the virtual withdrawal account number. That way, if you ever need to call in and speak to anybody here, you can reference that number. Let me know when you're ready for
Okay.
that.
I'm ready.
All right. So it's VW, like Volkswagen,
Okay.
3700.
Okay.
Okay.
VW 3700. Okay.
That's it. All right. And so the approved offer for your property in its current condition is $449,873.
Where'd they come up with those numbers like that?
Honestly, I have no clue. I asked them the same thing, but they're just spreadsheet gurus over there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you right now, we're not going to take that. So,
I got you.
yeah.
I completely understand. I mean, that's just what they've authorized me to spend on this. The nice thing about this, Mark, is I'm on your side. The hard part for me in my position is just getting them to approve a property in the first place. Really,
No, I understand.
so at this point, really, it just comes down to being a matter of making numbers make sense for everybody involved. I can go back to them and see if there's any flexibility in what they can do. But before I do that, I mean, let me ask you, I mean, where would you guys need to be at price wise to walk away happy?
Well, I think we'd probably take something at 490.
490.
And that doesn't mean 480. I'm not doing anything, So I think that's a great deal for you guys.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
490. I mean, is that the best you think you could do? I can, just so I can let the underwriters know and
Yeah, that's the best I can do.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So if they came back at, 488, it's not even worth coming back.
Well, then I'd probably say 489.
I hear you. I hear you. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, let me see what I can do. I mean, it's a pretty significant jump, for them.
Well, what was the offer again? It was
I mean,
449.
for all intents and purposes, it was basically 450. It was like just shy of 450.
So 450. Gosh, we're only 40 grand apart.
Yeah, exactly. We're only 40 grand apart. We should
Yeah.
just make this happen right now.
Why not?
Yeah. Hmm.
Well, go back and talk to him again, and you can call me. You and I have a good rapport going, and let's go from there.
Okay. Yeah, let me see what I can do. And then, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get them all the way up to 490, but I'll try to do a role reversal on them and I'll be the snake and treat them like the mouse and choke them up a little bit, see if I
There you
can,
go.
see if I can get them to move a bit. All right.
Close it, Chris. No,
Yeah.
you can do it.
Let me see what I can do. I'll do the best. At the end of the day, I mean, I don't get paid unless you guys get paid. So, let me see what I
I
can
know.
do, and
Yeah.
then, we'll figure out, what the next steps are. I'll try to give you a call back. I'll probably be here for like another hour or so.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can get
Call me
something out of
anytime.
them today, and then, yeah, worst case scenario, maybe we look at, something creative on this.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I will,
All right.
I'll get back with you guys here soon.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks,
All
Chris.
right.
Take care.
Yeah, no
All
worries.
right.
By the
Bye-bye.
way, before I let you go, is there
Yeah.
anything else like anything else that you guys had planned to do or you had like materials already purchased, to do some stuff on the house that, might be like in a storage room or anything like that? Just anything I
No.
could go back to them with and you say, hey, we
Well,
got
you could tell them there's a
Oh, man.
rumor that there's a treasure chest buried under the house,
Yeah, between the houses. Oh.
and it's full of gold from St. Petersburg pirates.
I think there's 40 grand. There's 40 grand.
At least
Yeah.
in
Nice,
gold
nice.
bullion.
That's
All
a
right.
good one, baby.
Yeah.
You ought
Well,
to be in sales, baby.
they'll probably just ship you out a shovel and tell you to dig it
I
up
know, there you
and
go.
we'll just stick at the 449
Yeah.
number.
Man, I would have searched around for that next month.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. Well,
Chris.
let me see what I can do and I'll give you a call
All
back
right.
here soon.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Mark. See you. By the way, you don't have any other properties you're selling, do you? Yep, already lost it. All right. What you think, Christian?
By show of hands, who got value from that interaction? Who learned something today Undercover boss related. Undercover rookie of real estate. No, that's great. I like the purposeful, like, oh wait, hold on before I go. Like, you got some materials lying around. That's actually a really good question to ask to use to help kind of like justify coming up in the offer price because you cannot make that $40,000 jump. If anybody is listening or watching and they wonder, well, why don't you just put them on hold again? Well, it's because $40,000 to climb up that amount, like that short of time, is going to be like, are you just screwing with me?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, that's a big thing that a lot of people don't get when they're doing negotiations is justifying the negotiation. If you're just moving price just for the sake of moving price, and by the way, your camera's black, so
I know,
I don't know if
I
you're
know.
trying to do that, um, but people will tend to not justify their price increases or reductions, and ultimately you begin to lose credibility. You can do it a little bit in the beginning, but eventually, like when you go into third, fourth, fifth, negotiations with somebody, there really has to be value. You go $40,000 difference, and people will start questioning, well, why didn't you just give me that 40 grand to begin with? And so justifying it in a way that makes sense. And so I'll throw out that little question. You guys don't have any materials left behind, do you? We don't care if they have materials left behind because we're gonna negotiate to the number that we know we can negotiate to anyway. But if they do, then it's a much more plausible reason to get an increased offer. You know what I mean? Um, so
Oh yeah,
thanks,
oh
Veronica.
yeah. So
What
these
is it?
calls are
What is it
awesome.
that you feel that I explained to them clearly that helps you, that you feel is going to help you on your next call? Um, So yeah, and there's a whole host of things that you can negotiate. And then at the very end, right, like we say, oh, we're going to cover all closing costs, no commissions and everything. Just because you say that on the front end and you tell people that that's what your offer is going to be, doesn't mean that you can't, at the end, when you're negotiating to get closer to their numbers, like, I might be able to come up a little bit more if you guys are good with us splitting the closing costs. And because there's not a dollar amount associated with that, people tend to minimize what those closing costs are. It's not really a whole lot. You're only talking maybe a few $1,000s, but that few $1,000s could be the difference between us making, 5,000, 10,000, $15,000, right? Depending on the number that we're at. And just gives us, again, you're just trying to justify your reduction, and it's give and take. You always want to make it, you kind of want to make them earn the increase in the number. So that's kind of where you're at. So a few of these calls you end up locking up the value. Not sure I'm tracking there, but yeah, I mean, you got to do a lot of calls to really lock up deals. And I'm not doing a ton of calls. I'm trying to have quality conversations, and, the fortune's in the follow-up. So even if we don't get this deal locked up, we're going to go ahead and follow up with them. And eventually over time, like he said, we have great rapport and blah, blah, blah. you know, the reality is this guy's considering taking a 505 offer subject to, when he has pretty significant concerns about subject to. So, like, yeah, he might get, so between 490 and 510, that's only 50, or 505, that's only 15 grand difference, right? But the problem is, in a subject to where he's going to be holding the seller finance note, he's got to wait 10 years, I think it is, or 5 years till that balloon hits to really get it. He's going to get 55K up front. So, I can actually position this against that seller finance offer, that hybrid offer that he has, because he's going to get 55K, today from the subject to offer. at 505. So if we go 505 minus 55 minus 110, and then he's got 340. What did he say his mortgage balance was? About 340. Yeah, so he's getting 55K up front right now, and then 110 over the next 5 years, right? And 5% interest, and it's interest only. So 110. So let's just do this math and see what the actual difference is. 5,500 a year times 5 years is 27.5 plus 110. So 137.5 plus 55. So now his total net profit is 192.5, right? Above and beyond the mortgage balance that he has. Okay. Whereas with our offer, what was it for? What did I offer him? 449,837.
Yeah.
Right? 449,837. He's like, how did they come up with this number? I don't know. They're just a bunch of pencil pushers, Christian.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
37. Offer one. Okay, so offer one was 449,837. So now he's saying, okay, I'll take 490. So we're basically a $40,000 difference. But in my offer, 449, if we minus out the $340,000 debt that's on it, he's going to get 109, basically $110,000 today. So minus mortgage equals 110K of equity right now. Now here's the kicker. He could take that $110,000 of equity and do a lot more with it and invest it today versus being locked into $110,000 on a 5-year interest only note. And then God forbid that guy defaults on it and doesn't pay, and he's jump through all these hoops, right? He could take that number from us. Now we can come up on our offer a little bit. We have a range of 465 to 485. I came in below by what, $15,000?
Yeah,
Um,
good job.
so, and now I wouldn't necessarily recommend coming in that low because now it makes it harder, right? Like he'd probably go to 485. It's going to be a lot harder for me to go to 485 because it's going to be harder to justify. So had I started at 460, may have been better in this situation to start closer to the 465. But I feel like I have really good rapport with him. I could freaking keep negotiating with him over and over again, and he's open to subject to. So I think there's an opportunity here. But basically, what I can do is I can come back and I can present a higher offer that's still below 490 through the lens of the opportunity cost, right? So let's say we came up $20,000. So we're at 450. Let's say we came up to 470, right? So now we're meeting him in the middle, right? Which is technically only a $5,000 increase from what our bottom offer range was. Now the challenge is, Christian, this has long-term tenants.
Oh yeah. Are they going to stay in, or are they? Did you ask like, are they amicable to move and break lease?
I didn't even bring that up.
Got it.
So I probably should have found that out.
It's
Actually,
okay.
what I
Your
could
underwriters are asking the questions, so it's like,
exactly, exactly. Now I have another opportunity to open the discussion up further and say, hey, so here's the deal, the long-term tenant situation is kind of like why they're at where they're at. Let me ask you this, and so before even coming back to him with a number, I might be able to get him to lower his number further just by positioning the fact that it's like they're really hesitant about the long-term tenants. They don't like long-term tenants. They like buying properties vacant. Do you think they might have some flexibility to, vacate early? I know they just moved in. Could we work something out? What do you think? And then try to get some movement there. So, So I'll kind of game plan this and then follow up with him here soon. Um, we probably want to get back on with him today, or tomorrow morning, just because it sounds like my last conversation kind of got him back on board with the whole idea of sub two, and he might be trying to reach back out to those buyers. But I think we can still make something work coming up to like 465, 470, and then present the opportunity cost, right? Because at a 470 or even at a 465 number minus 340, that's $125,000 that he gets now. So he's getting
Yeah.
70K more now
Hold,
versus,
hold up a second, dude. I was okay, long time listener, first time caller. Except I wasn't hearing this conversation previously because I was trying to do dispo calls and stuff. You said this other buyer. Is there another buyer who pitched a subject to this guy?
yeah, and he was close to accepting it. And then, but he couldn't get over the fact of title transferring and if this guy defaults and that type of stuff. So I gave him some insight and then told him that I'm buying my personal residence subject to. Um, so he's kind of intrigued by it. And he kind of like walked away from it. And the subject to offer that he had was because he's got a 3.75% interest rate. So he had an offer that was 55K upfront, um, subject to a $340,000 balance at the 3.75%, and then seller financing the remaining $110,000 of equity at 5% interest only with a 5-year balloon.
Okay.
Now, here's the challenge because I know where you're probably going to go. Well, couldn't we just cash flow it as a rental, right? The way it is with the subject to?
Yeah, of
Not
course.
really. So currently, and so we'll do some simple math for you guys watching, to figure out, does it cash flow? Maybe we should do a video. Does it cash flow? And then people just
Yeah,
bring their
yeah.
deals to us and we just underwrite it. So the rent he's getting is 4,100. He's paying a property manager 10%. You generally want to set aside 10 to 15% on the conservative side, 15% for vacancy maintenance and repairs. But let's say you could probably get away with 10% on this since they're two brand new long-term leases and everything's, most of the things in the house seem to be updated. So if you go 4,100 times 0.8, so that leaves you at 3,280. The monthly mortgage payment is 1,680 for principal and interest. You have 708 a month in taxes, and then 442 a month in insurance. So you're left with a net cash flow in that scenario of 450 a month. But that does not take into consideration the 55K up front on that deal and the 5% interest only payment. So if you took the 110 times 5%, it's 5,500 divided by 12. That's $458. So you're at a break even on the seller finance note. And then if the 55K, if you had to bring a private money lender, whatever the interest is on that, so you're upside down on this deal unless you have 55K that you want to park in a property and you're looking for like depreciation.
Well, balls. That doesn't sound like.
Yeah. Now, Veronica was saying if you take sub two and do a wraparound to a homestead buyer, yes, you could do that. But again, you're also looking at having to convert this back from a duplex to a single family, and you got two kitchens, right? So that's an interesting scenario. Or you could sell it to a homestead buyer that wants to house hack, sell it to a homestead buyer as a duplex, and then they could rent out the one side. So that's an option. Um, so what would that end up looking like? It just really depends. So we'd have to do some additional underwriting. But what I'd rather do is get his number down lower before I pivot. let's see, buyer keeps as a homestead, so no need to cash flow, and you get back if this buyer defaults. Yeah, you can do that. The challenge again is, I mean, the buyer's going to have to rent out one of the units, or you're going to have to convert it back to a single family. So, which is not necessarily a challenge. It could be a house hack type situation, duplex, sell to homestead buyers a duplex and they rent out the other unit. So maybe that's valuable for them, but then you still have to get the tenants out, right? So you're probably looking at a cash for keys scenario. Um, so yeah.
I wonder why now was the right time for him to sell, seeing as he just entered into a long-term lease with new tenants.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, 4 or 5 months ago is when the Airbnb got shut down. And so then that's when they switched it to a duplex. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
they were just trying to cover the loss from the rental income and short-term rental income and
Yep.
stop the
Now,
bleeding.
yeah, now it can do 30 days or longer for a rental. So that's why I was suggesting like, what about a medium term rental, that type of thing. And they didn't really look into that too much.
Right, I
So
heard that part.
yeah. But just saying because everything is possible. Yeah, everything is possible. It comes down to like time, energy, and effort too, right? Like, sure, you can, lock up a deal at any number and take a chance at it, but you want to make sure that you're using your time effectively and efficiently too. Um, all right, so let's see here. I don't know, we might need to look at this a couple of different ways, Christian. I mean, I can call him back here and come up on the number, a little bit now, and then we can circle back to something creative.
I wouldn't, and here's why. He has good rapport. The 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 reality is you could call him back tomorrow. He's not going to sell to this other investor before tomorrow. And if he does, then I'm going to look like a complete idiot, but we can't control what he does anyway. But I think we let him ruminate on it, think about it, and then we come back with the problem that you and I just identified, and that is the current long-term tenants that are in there, and you're expressing, which truly is, this is the truth, a hesitation. It's like, okay, well, you realize we get vacant dwellers and builders risk insurance, and in order to get that before we rehab a property, it needs to be vacant. So,
Yes.
how amicable are these brand new shiny tenants, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent? As
Yeah,
far as moving out. So that is a
exactly.
concern.
Yeah, so we'd have to give them security deposit back. We probably, and then, might have to incentivize them a little bit further. So cash for keys. So you got to leave a little money in the tank there for that. By the way, 20, 30 minutes ago while we were on this call, if you were on the call yesterday and the call last week, Andrew Wells, he actually just signed the purchase agreement. So that's the guy I called yesterday, the property in Gary, Indiana. So $30,000 property, and we're going to cash wholesale that and see if we can make some money on that. So we'll keep you guys posted. But yes, Veronica, we are locking up deals while going on these lives.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know what thumbnails you like too. AI did that one. That's not a real
Do I
picture of Chris.
do I look like this picture right here? Does that
I
look like
think you
me?
do. I think you do.
Yeah, it's close. Dylan, what do you think? Do you think this looks like me?
You and 8 Mile. All you need is the hood.
Is that like an AI
It's
thing?
AI, yeah. Yeah, right. I don't know. I think my mustache and beard is better.
Well,
Yeah.
take what you
And
get.
it's got the center of the mustache like all off-centered. Yeah, exactly. That's Chris Peel. All right. Um, cool. So what do you think? You think I should just call him tomorrow?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, and
I'll make that the
dial
first
for
call in
some
the
new
morning.
ones. I'll be
Yep.
here. I'll be here to underwrite until a little bit later. Not too late though.
All right. All right. Let's dial a new one. Let me just move him over into offer made.
Let's
Let's schedule
dial a
that.
new one, mate.
Let's dial a new seller. Let's dial a new seller.
Dial for dollars in an Australian accent. Why not?
You, you, you know what? I would love to do sales calls with Australians. You know why?
What was that, mate?
Because they can't say the word no.
Oh, right, because they're always
They
saying
s-
no.
they say nar, nar.
Are right, mate. No, we're not realtors. We're not with the NAR. We're investors. We're investors, mate. So what's all this business about NAR? It's a good one.
All right, let's get a new lead here. Get a new lead from the cloud. Lafayette, Indiana. All right, let's see here. Tired landlord. All right, let's give him a call. Mm-mm-mm. They're Australian. Nar, nar.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Roger Schneid.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording,
All right, no answer. On to the next one. We're just gonna crank away some dials here. And I'm only calling PPC leads at the moment. Holy smokes. By the way, Christian, the AI, every time it asks these good questions, it asks it simultaneously, how did you arrive at that number and how flexible is that number for you? It's all just one prompt.
Got it. The next time the AI steps into my office, I will let them know to change that habit.
Well, it's on the Zoom right now.
The AI.
Okay, perfect. All right, Jimmy English. Let's give him a call. Milton, Florida.
Hello, Governor.
Hello, Governor.
your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Let's go. Good work. What are we asking for it? 24. What are we under contract for? 10? Let's go. $14,000 assignment. Let's go. And they're paying the buyer's agent? Okay. That's okay. Next time, just assume that when you talk to them again, just assume the sale. Be like, hey, NAR settlement, like, all right, guys, just got good news. We just well, we're almost close to dispoing a cash deal. It's a tiny one. I mean, technically, it's actually an average deal. but it's under contract for 10K and we're assigning it for 24 to 25. So a nice $15,000 spread. All right, let's call this guy. Oh, sweet, dude. Let's go. Guys, if you guys are watching, so make sure you check out Scarce Kendamas. What's the website? Scarcekendama.com. That's SCARCE. Kendama. How you spell Kendama? KENDAMA.com and get yourself a dope kendama hand painted by your boy Dylan Caldwell, aka Dispo Dylan. He'll hook you up. He'll get you hella sick kendamas. Look at this thing. Things juicy little nugget right here. And if you guys are just jumping on, make sure, well, I don't think it was on camera, but in the beginning of the live stream, we actually Eve ate a mouse. So you guys can see parts of that. See, brother. All right, let's call Jimmy English back again.
Andrew Castine, English, living in Australia. You know you're muted, Chris?
No, I'm not. I am not.
I meant your color.
Can you hear this?
Of course I can hear it, bro.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. No answer. Okay, on to the next one. Next one is Troy. Atwater Ave. All right, let's give this guy a call. Some repairs needed. Sell with our real estate agent. Perfect.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Okay, double dial is the new single dial.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 3304113.
Okay, no answer. On to the next. All right, Panama City. Let's go. Okay, looks like I left a message for him.
This is Kenneth Colgate. Please leave a message. I will not answer any calls.
All right, left a message for him yesterday, so we'll go ahead and shoot him a text. And then mark him no answer. We got somebody in the waiting room.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 3305.
I'll let him in and just like see who it is and bring him on YouTube Live.
Yeah, apparently it's Anthony too. I'm letting him in. No idea who this is, everybody. No idea. Hey, what's up, Anthony too? Welcome.
We are live
Live.
with Anthony too. What's up, dude?
Seriously, this is just a random. I have no.
Can you hear me?
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
How's it going?
Your link on Facebook went to the Zoom meeting, not YouTube Live.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's hilarious.
You put the Zoom out? Well, you're on live on YouTube right now.
What's up, dude? You're live on YouTube. That's
I went,
hilarious.
I went to join that YouTube Live, but it showed up the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
See, that's what I get for multitasking. That's funny.
Well, we're dialing for dollars.
Yeah, we're dialing
I
for
just
dollars.
joined to listen in.
Nice. Here, I'll put the YouTube link in the chat for you, and then you can actually just jump on the YouTube.
Got it.
Let's see here. That's funny. Thanks for letting us know, Andrew. You figured it out and you didn't let me know. That's funny. Anthony's the first one who jumped on the actual Zoom meeting, so.
Yeah, I just wanted to listen in a little bit.
Nice, nice.
Andrew Castine didn't even tell us. That's cold, dude. I should have got a text from you. Bro.
Seriously. Come on, bro. All right, I'm gonna keep making some dials.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 3305017494 is not available.
Okay, no answer. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, next one. Yeah, I'm not gonna have a whole heck of a lot more. Got to take Charlie to a hand surgeon in the morning, broke his arm on the first day of school. What? Oh man, we need more details. What happened? Okay, guys, I probably only have like 2 more calls.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 57426.
All right, let me see if I got any follow-ups. Can I throw a random question at you? Yeah, if someone gives you a 100% VTB, when do they take the capital gains hit, title, etc., transfers up front? But is the gain spread over time or in that first tax year? What's VTB? Oh, it's interesting you're throwing out a tax question because Andrew Castine, who is in the chat, is a former accountant and could probably answer that question better than I can answer that question. Vendor take back? Do you mean like seller financing? I've never heard. Okay,
I don't.
got it. Vendor take
That's
back. That's right, Hawk, you're in Canada. You flappy-headed, beady-eyed Canadians and your weird terms.
yeah.
Did
That's Chris's way of
I know.
saying he really respects Canadians.
I don't know, Christian, you might not have gotten the South Park reference.
No, I didn't get the South Park reference.
Yeah, they're in South Park, they're all flappy-headed, beady-eyed characters. I'm Canadian, but a lot of these things are very similar from us to here. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so Andrew is a former CPA. Is one ever a former CPA or are you always a CPA? I mean, I guess
No,
it's a licensed professional, you'd be
yeah.
former. It's
It's
not
like
like the
once a Marine,
Marines.
always a Marine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so if someone gives you 100% seller finance transaction, when do they take the capital gains hit? Title and everything transfers up front, but is the gain spread over time or in that first tax year? Well, I'm not a CPA, but Andrew can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the answer is they take the capital gains hit is spread out over time. And that may be an oversimplification, but generally speaking, unless all of these people vote for Kami Kamala Harris and she gets to institute her plan of taxing unrealized gains, then as far as I'm aware, you are only taxed on what you actually receive, right? So profit and proceeds and gains that you actually receive, not or actually realize, right? Would be the technical term, realized capital gains. So you would be taxed over a period of time. So I'm registered. If I want to be licensed again, I just need to take CEs. Cool. So Andrew, what is the correct answer?
If he had the Zoom link, he could jump on. Oh, wait.
He's also putting Maggie to bed, so
Yeah,
trying to give tax advice while putting his daughter down.
that's baller.
It depends how it's structured and if the seller is an individual or LLC. In theory, you can sell as an individual and as a mortgagor, they report the income at cash basis. So when it's received, ... implies there's more coming. So stay tuned.
Ah, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so that is going to be my last call for the day, just because if I get somebody on, it's going to end up being an hour and a half long conversation, and then my wife's going to kill. In that specific year, it will be treated as income. Got it. And then the interest is treated as just standard income, right? Like regular income, I mean.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, was a short one today. I'm clearing my calendar of meetings for the rest of the week because I'm getting meetinged to death. So we're taking just about everything off of my calendar the rest of the week, and I'm going to be doing 3 hours. I'll probably be doing an hour and a half to 2 hours in the morning, and then an hour and a half to 2 hours in the afternoon of lives. And then let's just make Thursday the day where I'll still be dialing for deals. But if you guys have deals that you need help with and you need help closing those deals, you can bring those to the lives on Thursdays. And Christian and I will make a point today or this afternoon, this evening, to make the schedule for exactly the times we're going to go live. And we'll update the banner on the channel with those times so you guys know exactly when they're going to happen, and you don't have to just randomly pop on or pop into the Zoom because I accidentally put the Zoom link in my Instagram story.
Put the Zoom link in your face. Yep. So, and I'll help
Exactly.
underwrite too. So if you guys have deals and stuff that you want to bring and you want Chris to call and close and all that, then I'll help underwrite it. Obviously, jump on the Zoom. That would be preferable. And then, but if you don't want to, because you're shy, unlike Anthony too, and unlike Andrew Castine, that's okay. But just send them our way. And then also, as far as dispo deals, we do joint ventures. So, actually we have a lot of them right now. So you can go to closeanddispo.com and submit your deals there.
Yep. And regardless of what you think the deal is, we can dispo that. I mean, we call it the unsellable deal. We had a guy bring us a deal where he locked it up $10,000 under what the listed price was and then wanted to dispo it at the listed price. So we pushed it out there. We got a buyer that came in at, so he locked it up at 40. Yeah, it was on market for 50. He locked it up at 40. We got a buyer at 43, and then we went back and negotiated with the seller's agent and got another $10,000 reduction. So it was a $13,000 deal. Andrew Castine, seller finance can be used to defer capital gains taxes on the sale of a business or property. Deferring your capital gains tax means that you don't have to pay taxes on the money you make till later. There you go. From the man himself. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you guys staying tuned, and we'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow, where we're hopefully going to make real estate investing easy. Peace. Try to structure an apartment deal that would have paid the sellers $1 million more than they wanted and saved them $1 million in capital gains tax, but they weren't ready to sell yet. Man, it sounds like they should have pulled the trigger on that. Sounds like a super win for them that they walked away from. All right, guys. See you on the next one tomorrow. Peace.
Later.